Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, what just happened? It was a catastrophe that just happened out there. I think we might have just made a field goal with under a minute left. It's 10 to 36. 10 to 36. And game will go down as the Cody Schrader game. This man, I think, had over 330 yards total by himself. By himself. So many plays we made this game defensively made no sense. So many calls this game we had made no sense. A lot of execution was bad. Some play calls were good, some of them were not, and that showed. This is the thing going forward with this team, and I'm looking towards next year with these points. We got three things we have to work on, and no more important than penalties. We get so many penalties, and if anyone in the fans say, "Oh, it's the refs out to get us," no. Majority, I'd say 88 to 85% of penalties we get are legitimate penalties. We had like 4 or 5 holding calls this game. I'd say almost all of them were legitimate holding calls. We had unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. I think we had that twice. Can't be doing anything like that. The one on the sideline is a little bit iffy, but I could definitely see where they're coming from. Try to protect the quarterback. If you bump into him afterwards, okay, that could be something. Maybe he says something, probably is excusable. Number 55 has had a year filled with bad plays by him. Bad plays. This game, it started off somewhat well. Defense were on the field a lot. And this comes to the second point of talking about what we got to go looking forward. This is 2 of the 3. This is the second out of the third. This is the second reason out of the 3 that I have that we gotta work on. Second thing I'd work on is third down defense. Brady Cook just ran through us. It was either going to Schrader or Cook the whole time on third downs. Every time on third down, it was either I saw Cook running for it and sliding down after 5 yards getting past the first down, or Schrader getting it. Yeah, it could either be a 1 yard past the line or a 50 yards past the line. I don't know. It was just so bad of a performance from us. They were like 10 for 13 on third down, something like that. Some very, very good number. Terrible performance defensively because we couldn't get off the field. I'm talking about key stops. We messed up a lot. Third thing is, this is before I get completely to the offense, because I got a main thing to talk about the offensive stuff. This team has to work on road performances. Because a lot of these problems show up on the road. Even last year, we were undefeated at home. We're 8-0, 2-2 on the road, 2-2. This year, we could have ended the year undefeated, but right now we're 6-0. We're 1-3 on the road. Only team we beat was Kentucky, who even in the bad years we were beating them. They're just a little brother to us. They are to what I guess you could say Bama is to us, or more of like what Florida is to us, because Bama just demolishes every year. Florida, at least we have a chance. We have to fix the road performances. This game shows more of the rows. I'm not mad that we lost this one. I'm disappointed, of course, but this Missouri team is just so good. Missouri won this game fair and square. They just outplayed us completely. Good job, Missouri. Another thing that happened throughout this game that was very weird is that a lot of our players kept getting hurt. It was 2 guys on Missouri got hurt. 6 guys on Tennessee got hurt. 2 of them could come back. I don't know about the rest. I know like Dante Thornton, after that great catch, he couldn't come back into the game. I think McDonald, I didn't see him back in. Players like that. But like Squirrel White, he was able to come back in. James Pierce, same thing. It was strange. We have a lot of injuries this year. We're very much an injury-filled team this year. Last year we weren't like that. This year we are. That's part of some of the problems that we have. Now let's go to this offense. Milton, you threw a pick 6. It was late in the game, and he had a fumble, but the running back was right. I think Samson was right behind him when he tried to throw it. Accident like that happens. It's bad. It's not what you want to see at all. But man, he's not the reason why we lost. we have a stat that shows up. It's very strange. And it's very different than last year's teams. Whenever we don't get 200 yards rushing, we lose. Whenever we do, we win. We're undefeated on the year whenever we can run the ball. We've not won a game this year whenever we can't. And Milton, this game, didn't do bad at all. He missed some throws, but that was after we got down by a lot. After the defensive problems that we had. So I'm not going to nag him over that. Made some good throws, gave our guys chances to make plays. Okay. This is the problem that we had. Jalen Wright played the worst game of football I think I've ever seen him play as a Tennessee Volunteer. I think he dropped the ball 3 straight plays. One was off of a fumble that would have guaranteed us a field goal if we just held on the ball. Pretty much guaranteed it. Would have been 10-10 heading into halftime. Instead, he fumbles. Cody Schrader gets the ball from the 18 and runs it about 45-50 yards on the offensive play, falling over Missouri, which I'm not sure why you do that formation as a Tennessee defense. Don't put 5 up on the line, but he just ran through. Jalen Wright, and then to open up the half, we do an option play, speed option going to the right side. He drops that. Cooper Mason falls on it. The next time he has it is off of a pass play. Throws a little bit behind him. It's on 3rd down and 11. Probably wouldn't have meant much. It's catchable, and he still drops it. Jalen Wright was dropping everything after that fumble. And another thing I didn't like, Dylan Sampson not getting much playing time. And whenever he finally did, he made some good plays. They were called back for holding. That's maybe why they worked. But it's not the point. He was making some good plays, and he was getting some momentum for us, and then got taken away. I got past midfield, I think, 4 or 5 times, only got 10 points. Stalled out a lot. Penalties caused a lot of that stalling. We have to work on that. Health is something that we really can't control. Yes, Brew McCoy would be a big help. Yes, we would like that. But we got to work with what we got. And right now, what we got is receiving core that is manageable. Ramel Keenan had a solid game. Squirrel White had a solid game. Dante Thornton had a good game. For the one catch he had, it was a very good catch. We got to stop this run. We got to be able to stop the run, which we just didn't do. Cody Schrader just went crazy. He had a Heisman level performance for not even a Heisman candidate. This reminded me of the game that I rewatched recently of Saquon Barkley against Iowa. If you remember that one, it was when Saquon Barkley single-handedly beat Iowa. He had like 340 total yards. Cody Schrader might have had a better performance in that one, just statistically wise, because it was just catching. I think he had double the amount of catching, like passing, receiving yards he had than he had all year heading into this game. Over 100 yards receiving, over 100 yards rushing. I think maybe 200 yards rushing. It was absurd. They just outplayed us, out-physicaled us. They did everything right. We did everything wrong. Missouri is one of the better teams. This team deserves to be ranked. This team's better than Penn State. I bet this team's better than Ole Miss. I bet this team's better than a lot of other teams. We'll see tonight if they're better than Ole Miss or not, depending on how Ole Miss plays against Georgia. I bet this team could beat Oregon. I bet Missouri is a very, very good team because it's not easy to stop this run game from Tennessee. It's not easy to hold them to 10 points. It's not easy to score on this team. But they did it. This defense has progressively got worse, and worse. I'm not sure if that's because it's a road environment or it's because it's Kamal Haddon not being there. That might be the main thing. Kamal Haddon's not there. Yeah. Makes a huge difference. Good job, Missouri. You beat us by 26. We're going to fall into like the 20s when it comes to rankings, like we should. Unless we get the Notre Dame treatment and fall like the 18. Next week, we're at home. And we're playing Georgia. Good stuff there. Missouri. I wish you would have beat Georgia. I wish you would have beat LSU. That's what I should say. To give you a chance to make the SEC championship game. Because you deserve it more than we do. We deserve it more than a lot of other teams do. But now, since this loss, we have a Georgia versus Alabama SEC title game. That'll be very much fun to watch. Hopefully Milroe's okay because he got hurt a little bit today. So yeah, that's my reaction. That's my opinion. Yeah.